What's good? Lucky Lefty Podcast, ONORA boys. We are in the building. Brought to you by ONORA Whiskey, ONORAWhiskey.com. That premium American whiskey, ONORAWhiskey.com. And if you drink, by all means, make sure that you do it
responsibly.
Let's get it left. Had to let the music rock a little longer tonight. Lucky Lefty Podcast. We have a quarterback left. We have our own quarterback.
I heard.
Not an ACC transplant. Not an NIL baby.
Nope.
Somebody born and birthed from the Shamrock.
Been through the baking process.
Let's get it. Lucky Lefty Podcast, Bleav Network, FanDuel, FanDuel.com. Download the FanDuel app. Your starting quarterback, plus 3,100 to win the Heisman. Go tap in. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up. We love it when you do it. We respond to all. TikTok, Twitter, X, Instagram at Lucky Lefty Pod. Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network.
See, I got a problem with NCAA now. How NCAA know the starting quarterback a month ago and had everybody else fooled? Is Marcus Freeman working with EA Sports? How does EA Sports know the depth chart before the fans, before the world know? It's a conspiracy. But I'm excited. I'm excited for my dog CJ, man. I think, hey, this is the setup for our next great Notre Dame quarterback. The story's there, right? The prestige is there. You know, they already see the storylines coming out. Carr's dad, uncle, grandfather, Michigan great. His grandson playing for the traditional school. They're gonna have the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, you know, he gonna have a half Michigan, half Notre Dame jersey. They gonna be rolled out. We might even have a low-key featured film. We got our franchise, the face.
Not LaFace. Not LaFace.
I'm telling you, Marcus Freeman got his guy CJ Carr. I mean, I think it's a beautiful ceremony. You know, because we know that the next 2 years is hopefully, provided not injury and all that good stuff, it's 2 years of a Marcus Freeman program quarterback, where we get to see the essence of what the program really is. Because let's be honest, it's great to have a great defense. It's great to have a couple first rounder, get some drafted guys, some guys that are on the radar, a good running game. But you never really capture the essence of a program until you get your quarterback. How has Dabo remained relevant for so long? You can't name 10 defensive players that's been on his teams in the last 10 years. But you know that one thing has floated Dabo above all the other coaches in the coaching echelon. And he got that roster of quarterbacks.
You know what, Left? I think I can name 10 dudes on that squad.
I mean, but none more famous than what he's famous for.
No, you're right.
When you talk about these championships, what Dabo hangs his hat on, them trophies are all attached to not unknown guys. We talking about dudes that have imprints in college football history. This is the type of and level of prestige that we think that we have with CJ. This is where Marcus Freeman starts counting the cabinet full of Hall of Fame type quarterbacks he's producing. The Nick Saban type of Jalen, Tua, Mac, 4 in a row. What Dabo did 3 in a row. Hell, Ryan Day and Urban Meyer did about 5 or 6 in a row. Hell, Kirby engineered his own with Stetson Bennett, Georgia's greatest quarterback of all time. Now this is Marcus Freeman's turn because now we got the order is set. CJ, then the next homegrown, then the next home. We don't have to outsource. We don't have to uplift our manufacturing and then move to China. We made in America. We made at Notre Dame. We made in South Bend. This is how you get the next guy and the next guy. They got to see a guy in-house do it. We done did it we did it with hired guns and we did a really good job. But it means more when you do it from in-house. And CJ embodies the face and what you want from the aesthetics, that Notre Dame lore. He carries that. What the kids call it, aura. He got the aura. We know he got the technical skills to be better in the passing game. That was much desired coming from last year. So we'll see a change in the offense. But it's going to come down to what we always talked about. Can CJ perform in moments? We know against the lowly teams of college football that will play in the schedule, not because they're lowly, but because we're so good. I'm expecting some blowouts where he'll have some games where he's doing incredible because he's actualizing the offense that Denbrock knows that he wants to do. Denbrock's excited. CJ's excited. But in these games that it gets sticky for a young quarterback in CJ, first-year starter, that's where we'll see if he can carry it out for the next 2-3 years. But right now, he's in a great position. It's like landing with all the clouds and fluffiness underneath you. This is not a hard landing. Like we said, either way, we have the same excitement for both guys. Name a program you can do that about, where you're excited about either guy. Most programs are saying, who's the one guy? We got 2, so we really just got a lot of good decisions on our hands. It's not like we're losing by choosing one or the other. So that's the positive thing. But now CJ's got to get his mind right, focusing on, okay, I have to run a team now. This ain't no group project. I got to run a team and then have the expectation of, okay, we done gave you the reins. Now, this is where it gets a little sticky, in my opinion, is because what's the type of performance you need to expect to keep Kenny off the field? Are we thinking of it like that? Or is Marcus Freeman saying, giving him that Riley stamp of approval? That unwavering faith, that lingering hope, even when the whole crowd is booing. What Marcus Freeman do? No, that's my dude. I'm not thinking of the other guy. Is Marcus Freeman going to carry that confidence with CJ? Because unfortunately, only one guy can play. Now, obviously, I believe that we'll have games where everybody's going to chip in because we're going to be up. I don't want to call it garbage minutes because all this minutes count. I'm sure Kenny will find the field. But in a tight situation, I just want to know what the faith and confidence behind the guy is. Because this, and a lot of people will agree, has been a neck and neck thing. Both have strengths and weaknesses. Both are high potential products of, can do a lot of good things. But now because of you jumped him, because let's be honest, CJ did technically jump Kenny. How do you handle that as your Gino Gaduli? How do you handle that as Marcus Freeman? How does Kenny handle it? Shit. If your younger brother got the big piece of chicken, you're going to feel away. It ain't like, you're going to be happy for him because he's your brother. Okay, the man eating. I don't want him to not eat, all that. But you look at your plate, that piece of chicken getting smaller and smaller. He looking at his plate like, y'all done gave the man a thigh. I'm older. I got to do twice the many chores, because the baby don't do it. I got to do twice the chores. and you give him the bigger piece of chicken. How am I? I gotta get something. So that's the only sticky part, because what do you say? I want to know what the conversation that you had and what was the what was the determining factor? Because up until yesterday, Kenny was just running first team, allegedly. Up until not that long ago, everybody was saying both of them they're going to tell us. So now that they've told us, what is Marcus Freeman's report on what they told us? What was CJ doing that told us he was the guy over Kenny? That's the only answer now that's left. Because now we have to use that qualification for what we use for quarterback competitions moving forward. Because we can't say we don't know now, because we've made a decision. And we didn't have no qualifications for 2 years before that, because we was playing the money. So you have to be able to handle that. And I think that's an ongoing thing. Shout out to my dog Kenny. I shoot. You're never too far from the field. And if they love you as much as they've made this competition seem, and how I believe how good we are as a team, Kenny should be on the field, at some point. Hell, maybe Marcus Freeman believes we're so good, he can start one guy one game and start another guy one game because they're so evenly keeled. That's what they tell us. So I just want to keep the team intact. Obviously, you're going to have some ups and downs, some bumps and bruises, but I am excited that we have named our guy, CJ Carr.
Just to your last point, Lef, I did talk to someone today, and I think the team wanted to know more than the fans. I think the team had gotten to the point where they were like, dude, just make the decision.
Of course, because that's painful.
Just tell us who it is so we can rock
out. It's painful because you like, man, my dog Kenny had a good day today, but they ain't saying nothing, man. And because it's only messed up because they got to go hang out outside of the practice. So my dog Jeremiah Love, they roommates or something. They sitting in there, he like, dang, dog, what is going on? He saying nothing. Everybody just antsy because it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. As much as good as we are, the mental fortitude to know who your commander in chief is important. And I'm sure they believe in both guys. Like, that's the other thing. I don't think it was like, please make a decision because we don't like one guy over the other. But it's like just for those guys' mental sake. Because we talked about it yesterday. We kind of broke down and gave our own analysis of how we felt Kenny responded to some questions. I mean, your whole diatribe yesterday, I thought, made a lot of sense. How did he jump me? What? How do you jump somebody with no contact practices?
It was just a question. I just found it strange, Lef. I think for me, Lef, it was all about you can have an opinion of what's going to happen, but when you don't have anything on the field to back it up, how can you say it? How can you say it? It's just an opinion. I'm talking about from quarterbacks. This is not me saying I think Notre Dame is going to say. I said it last night. I'll say it again. It didn't matter who. Notre Dame could start Tyler Buckner against Miami. They're going to smack him.
Facts. And Tyler Buckner got more wins.
And
so we was really keeping it
and I hear, and Tyler Buckner is getting good reviews from the way he's played in practice in the summer.
I love Tyler Buckner's story. I love it.
It's not about the quarterbacks, man.
It's not.
It's about the team.
Yeah.
It's about the team. We got somebody in the chat talking about Miami stops the run. Georgia stopped the run. You're not better than Georgia. You have their leftovers, but that doesn't make you better than Georgia. Penn
Right.
State stopped the run for 2.5 quarters. What happened? What? So you're looking at the Ohio State defense saying, if we could do what Ohio State did, we'll win. Unfortunately, Canes fans, you're not Ohio State. You don't have the same coaching as Ohio State. You for darn sure don't have the same talent as Ohio State. So keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Because last I checked, I really don't think Miami fans know what they have at quarterback. What Carson Beck are you getting?
Facts.
Is that arm truly healthy?
He was throwing a lot of picks with a healthy arm.
Hey, there's a lot of unknowns going into the game. There's a lot of unknowns going into this game.
Didn't he have the second highest picks in college?
Ooh, Carson Beck?
Oh, he had it was something ridiculous. It was some weird stat.
Left. It doesn't matter. I want to get back to our quarterbacks. We got a baby, boy. We just had a baby born.
Facts.
Yeah, a bouncing baby boy that's about to don the gold helmet.
Brand new help.
I love it.
Yeah.
Marcus Freeman gave birth to his first quarterback, bro.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Cigars for everybody. Cigars and Honora whiskey for everybody tonight.
Yep.
Notre Dame fans, along with Marcus Freeman, we're proud papas and uncles and aunts, nephews, nieces. It's a proud man. We've been waiting for this day, Left. We've been waiting for this day. And it's finally here. It's finally here. Doesn't matter what they had to go through. They got through it. We're here. Lucky Lefty Podcast. All right, Left. What does this mean? What does this mean? What do you need to see early in the season from CJ Carr? Big time upside, physical talent, arm, great with his progressions. He really does get through his progressions really quickly. Has a tendency to go for the home run, according to people.
It's a great trait. It's a good trait with Denbrock as your offensive coordinator.
Hey, bro, when I had 6'5", 220 on one side, I mean, I take my chances with him. I mean, if that's the chance I have to take, throwing it up to 6'5", 220, I can rock with that. If I had the Goog rat running around, I take my chances with him.
In my opinion, though, if CJ is effectively jumped Kenny, who we think that has a lot of talent, then the talent of CJ we have to see also just be displayed in some way as well. Because if we're just putting the guy to be a game manager, throw a couple slants, hand it off, maybe throw a go ball here and there, there's no problem with that. But then it just comes down. I just really want to hammer out what it is and what it takes to be the Notre Dame quarterback, as defined by Marcus Freeman and the staff. Because it's still an unknown to this point. And then it's just a lot to think about if it doesn't go how it is expected by some fans. I mean, some fans got this man. I mean, think about it. Heisman already? He ain't played one game. I'm not saying he's not capable. I think it's definitely possible. But, man, I don't even think Arch had that. Did Arch Manning have Heisman odds before he took a snap? I know he got him now, but, he took a couple snaps.
No, Arch has actually started. He's actually started when Quinn Ewers got hurt. He's come in playoff games.
No, I'm saying
against Georgia.
He had Heisman odds before he started a game.
He started a game. That's what I'm saying. He's already started a game in his career.
No, I'm saying before he started a game, did he have the Heisman odds CJ had? Probably not.
No, because I think, he didn't.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, all right, well.
I misunderstood what you were saying.
Oh, okay. This choice for CJ being your starter, just in my opinion, I have many more questions. Because I think Kenny's very capable. I'm still trying to figure out is it like we know that they both have things to work on, but I mean, it's a lot of confidence to just start a guy over guys that have played at a higher clip. So I'm excited to see what they know that I don't know. I think that's more of what it is. And I'm also interested to see how they handle the situation because, I mean, you definitely want to retain both for as long as you can. But I know this way, choosing CJ over Kenny is much more likely for a transfer somewhere than vice versa. So maybe they got a plan, probably. Maybe they like their younger guys on the depth chart, and this is maybe a way to keep them years separated. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. You got to, I mean, that's still the business of now college football. Is you got to think like, dang, we got a lot. We recruited a lot of talent now. We used to be lack thereof. Now we have, I mean, guys that we think are really good that just might get overshadowed just because the guys we got are nice and they got years left, you know? So I think CJ will be fine. Like I said, either guy, it's not about the quarterback necessarily. I'm interested in the process. So
You know what? I'll say this. Every time, and I mean every time, people question Marcus Freeman or put qualifiers out there just in case he doesn't do or make the decision they think he should make. They did it with Steve Angeli. He's going to take the safe choice. He's going to start Steve Angeli. Steve Angeli is in Syracuse. Oh man, he's going to pick Kenny. He's going to take the safe route. Well, I have no clue why Kenny would be considered a safe route. And he took CJ. It's like this. He's a defensive-minded coach. I said it last night. Name me a defensive-minded coach that does not want to depend more on his defense and eliminate turnovers. That's their pedigree. The vast majority of them. That's their pedigree. So why get upset about him sticking to his philosophy? In sticking to that philosophy, he's going to be, at some point, wrong with a decision. I'm sure he's already made some decisions that are probably within the building where it didn't go the way he wanted it to go. However, if we go down this rabbit hole, if things don't go a certain way, this whole, see, Marcus Freeman messed him up. I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that. You know why I don't want to hear it this time, Left? Because these two young men have been with a quarterback coach. I don't want to hear that. This quarterback coach is going to have to take some accountability and responsibility for whatever manifests itself on the football field from the quarterback position. So before we even get to Marcus Freeman, we have Mike Denbrock and we have Gino Guidugli to analyze. And that's just the truth of the matter. That's just the truth of the matter. That's the only thing I come away with this, dude. At every turn, people thought Marcus Freeman was going to make safe choices when it came to the quarterback. And ultimately, he ends up choosing the high upside, younger quarterback. Just want to point that out. I can't wait to hear from him, Left, because I definitely want to hear the parameters and the qualifiers for why he made the decision that he made. Can't wait to hear from him. But more than that, I'm ready for this young man to start getting all the reps, start repping. Everybody happy, everybody healthy, walking into that stadium. And that's all I need to say. That's all I need to say. That's all I need to say.
We're in a good place, guys. We're in a good place.
I'm glad all the Miami fans jumped in tonight. The one thing you're not going to do is make us not talk. I'll say it again. CJ Carr, Kenny Minchie, Tyler Buckner. Doesn't make a difference who's under center, August 31st.
Don't make a difference.
Outcome is going to be the same. You pick the score. You want to lose by 2, 5, 7, 10, 14. You pick the score. Outcome is going to be the same. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference. My man in the chat that's a Canes fan, this is the funny thing. He said, if we stop the run, they're in trouble. What's your offense going to do against our defense? The defense that's been top 5 for 2 consecutive years. What is your, because from what I hear, your wide receivers have been struggling. That's your own Miami people that cover the team have been saying that. They're struggling. That run game ain't going nowhere. I love when people bring back players that weren't good the previous year, and then all of a sudden, oh, they're going to be really good this year. You mean that offensive line that had Cam Ward running for his life last year? That offensive line? That offensive line. They're about to be elite now, all of a sudden. Miami reporter saying the wide receivers can't get separation against transfers in the defensive backfield for Miami. And you think Leonard Moore and Christian Gray aren't coming to South Florida with the clamps? What are we talking about? I'm confused. The Miami fans, they were so focused on the quarterback. Oh, they got first time starter at quarterback. Dude, we went down to Texas A&M with 2 freshmen on the left side of the offensive line and ran the ball. And don't get it mistaken. That defensive line for Miami, man, I need a couple of those dudes on the Bears defensive line next year. A couple of them. A couple of them. And it's funny, if the Canes fan is laughing about Texas A&M, Texas A&M was a better football team than Miami last year. They were a better football team. Dude, you lost to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
You lost to Georgia Tech.
We dismantled.
You almost lost to Cal. And I know you can sit up there and throw NIU up. That's fine. But you didn't even make the playoffs. That's because you have a coach that still likes to give games away when he should be taking a knee. He seems to do that at every program he goes to. He blows games because he's just not a good coach. Let's talk about that. Josh T, talk about your coach who just got over 500 at Miami after 3 seasons. Kudos for having a coach over 500.
Tell him.
Kudos. So who going into this game, who has the better head coach? Talk about it. Who has the better head coach?
I know a non-playoff team is talking.
Man, if you think Cristobal is better than Freeman, now I know you're not even worth responding to. I was trying to be nice to you. I was trying to be nice to you. But that's an idiotic statement. Because one has multiple big-time wins. Name me one big-time win Mario Cristobal has on his resume in Miami. When you can put that in the chat, then we can talk. Lucky Lefty Podcast. All right, Left. If you go over to FanDuel, Notre Dame sits right now as a 2.5-point favorite. And I said if Notre Dame was at home, they would be close to a 5-point favorite. The uncertainty of the quarterback situation, I think that spread starts to go up with the announcement that CJ Carr. I think it bumps up maybe a half a point, maybe a point to 3.5. The uncertainty was definitely keeping it closer and keeping it lower. I talked to several people that do that for a living. They said that was definitely impactful. And now that that's been answered, I expect that to go up. So you might want to grab it at 2.5. Because Notre Dame is going to cover that. The over-under has been going down. It was at 53.5. Now I think it's sitting right at about 51.5 over at FanDuel. So that's an interesting buy. But in this first game, you played for Mike Denbrock. Mike Denbrock coached you through your first time starting for Notre Dame against Texas. What do you think Mike Denbrock, how is he going to ease CJ into the game? What do you think the focus would be over the next 10 to 11 days to get CJ Carr ready for what he's about to walk into?
If you're Mike Denbrock?
Yeah, if you're Mike Denbrock, now you know you had your quarterback. How do you get him ready? Because I'm gonna be honest. That stadium is not really known for being that raucous.
Right.
It's not. It's not like they're going back to College Station. It's not like they're going in between the hedges. It's not like they're going to Ryan Denny Stadium. It's not like they're going to either Death Valley and Clemson or LSU. But it's still a first game and a first start. You've been in the locker room with Mike Denbrock. You've been in the practices leading up to a first-time start. Give me 3 points that you think he's going to give to CJ moving forward for the rest of these practices before the game.
Well, I think at this point it's just all about building confidence and knowing what you're doing when you're out there. And a lot of this is CJ having to take on the understanding of game prep. And this is where, as an individual, college football players stand out individually, is when they are able to have a game plan going into each game. So Denbrock's whole thing is to give CJ the tools to operate in a moment where it's unknown. Now, can he be prepared for everything that happens? No. But first experience, it will be a lot more catered to not having to necessarily do everything to win the game by himself. And fortunately for Denbrock and CJ, you have so many different pieces. Hell, you got Jeremiah Love. You got 180 carries literally not coming from the quarterback, really, this time. You know, CJ may have 20 carries on the season. Maybe. So that right there tells you CJ don't have to be Superman. Riley had to play a little Superman considering he couldn't raise all boats as the tide. CJ has the talent to raise all boats, but also the talent can do a lot of the heavy lifting themselves. Now, if you got a transfer receiver that's a captain in 4 months of being there, and then you add another 6'5" transfer receiver, then you add 2 or 3 experienced receivers that have been there in the situation, throw a couple good tight ends and an O-line that can hold up. Whew, it's almost like CJ can't fail. If you're Denbrock, nowhere in the world you put CJ in a compromising situation with all of those pieces. So first game, I can see some screens and some warm-up drags and a couple one-on-one go balls in the first game. I don't see CJ being Tom Brady and picking apart defenses and all of that. No. When the West Coast offense first game, I don't know. It's going to be a good amount of running, some play action shots, and some dump downs every now and then with a bunch of screens and all other stuff. So CJ's in the most advantageous position in college football as a quarterback. I don't see any other supporting cast for a first-time guy being much better. Then you add a great head coach, add a great offensive coordinator.
I object to what you just said.
Okay.
I think Julian Sayin has a pretty good group supporting him as a first-time starter.
They don't got better running backs than we do.
No, they don't.
Don't got better tight ends.
No, they have some first-time tight ends that even with our additions to wide receiver, bro, he's got some dudes, bro.
Tight end?
He's got some dudes to throw to.
That receiver is
he's got some dudes to throw to. I'm with you there. When you look at the totality, I agree. It's tough to find, but I would say Julian Sayin is okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, because I did say out of all colleges.
Yeah. He's
if it ain't Notre Dame, it's Ohio State. How about that? If it ain't Notre Dame, it's everywhere else. I mean, you find me a roster where you have all of that. I mean, come on. Most teams got a unit offensively with a couple players sprinkled around where they can get some things done. But literally, we have one of the best running and best passing units in the country. And to be on the same team, a first-time quarterback can't fail in a situation like that.
Well, he shouldn't fail. He shouldn't fail in that situation. But we're going to see, man. I'm super excited. I really am. I'm super excited for this team, man. They get to back up a successful season. They get to prove it wasn't a fluke. They get to prove that they're the real deal, that they're here to stay. All of that is on the line. And it starts August 31st down in South Florida against Miami. And my man in the chat said it's Dade County. It took somebody from Chicago to rename that. I think it's called Wade County. Lefty Podcast. Just like to throw that in there, Left. That's what we do. We go places and we rename the spot. I want to get to something Mike Denbrock said. Thinking ahead, he was asked this about the media. Thinking ahead, what is going to be the thing that you work on? What is going to be the focus moving ahead? And this is before the announcement was made. Listen to Mike Denbrock talk about, what he's looking forward to and how the defense, going up against the defense, is going to impact that and help them going into Miami. This is offensive coordinator Mike Denbrock.
I think you should. I don't know that I'm the best, most patient person in the world, so that's hard for me. obviously we're trying to decide the starter at quarterback. There's a lot of things going on our side of the ball, and there's not. We're looking to continue to develop consistency, and right now we're doing, a pretty good job of shooting ourselves in the foot when we have opportunities, and we just have to be more consistent across the board in everything that we do. But I always look at the situation when you're playing against a really good defense like we have. It gives us an opportunity to challenge ourselves every day. And while I may not be as patient with them while we're going through the growing pains that we're going through, they are benefiting from, some really good football players in competition across the line of scrimmage from them. And the importance of understanding offensively in particular that when you're playing good defenses and you're playing good football teams, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, you're going to take some lumps. But what type of resiliency do you have about yourself? What is it inside yourself that makes you tick? And the real stuff, right down deep where it matters. And if you have that, then you're going to find a way to figure it out. And I believe we will.
I think what was important about what Mike Denbrock said right there, and of course, this is before the decision was made. They were probably getting ready to go watch film from the scrimmage on Sunday and then start really biting down on, the decision that essentially was released this morning via Twitter, X, and social media. But Mike Denbrock knows what we see every day. Because I think, to give context, the question was about looking ahead, but it was also about defense being ahead. From a perception standpoint, the defense being ahead of the offense for most of camp. And he talked about maybe needing to have patience because of the situation and having a lot of things going on, quarterback situation and other things happening with injuries at left guard, but right guard, and competition right there. But with all of that being said, he still came back to the fact, as long as we're resilient, we're going to get the job done. Because he knows what the O-line is. He knows what that running back room is. He knows what they have at wide receiver, and he definitely knows and talked about the elite tight end that they have on offense. He knows. And when you know you have those weapons, Lef, I think you said it. I think he's going to be patient. He's going to coach his tail off. He's going to keep CJ locked in. And eventually, who knows how this game goes, right? We all would love for Notre Dame come out first drive. Man, 10 plays, 72 yards, touchdown. We would love to see that. CJ goes 3 or 4 on the first drive for 36, 37 yards. Jeremiah Love takes it in from 3 yards out. Notre Dame's up 7-zip. And they let the defense go out there and do their thing. But like you said, Miami's going to be fired up. They have a lot to prove. They want to get a big win on their resume. Mario Cristobal wants to get a big win on his resume. So absolutely they're going to be fired up. And they're probably going to come out aggressive. With a senior at quarterback, they're probably going to come out trying to air it out a little bit, trying to loosen the defense up, and then take the run as a battering ram. And I said, I love Mark Fletcher, dude. I think Mark Fletcher is one of the most underrated running backs in the nation. I really do. Not the big-time home run hitter that Jadarian and Jeremiah Love are, but, man, just consistent, always seems to fall forward always seems to get another extra 1 or 2 yards after contact. Man, I love that kid. I think he's going to be a fabulous NFL running back as well. I really do. Man, I'm here to tell you, man, Mike Denbrock knows what he has. He absolutely knows what he has. And he has it in spades when it comes to the talent on this roster. When it comes to the talent on this roster, he knows. He has it in spades. And it's really not about, like Left, you said it, it's really not about CJ Carr having to come out, diagnose.
No.
It's not about that, Left. Just come out there and just be the point guard. Hey, get everybody in position. Make the extra pass. Make the right pass.
Just make the right decision.
Get it to your guys on the move and let them make plays after the catch. Most of all, hand that ball off 30, 35 times. Hand it off. Let that offensive line do what they do.
And we usually see
running backs do what they do.
First year, CJ has entered into his first year of not having to win it. This is 2015 DeShone Kizer circa. Just don't lose the game.
Yeah.
And we can win. Now, he'll have a great ride this year. I guarantee it, great ride. Because it's just going to not have to be about him. The next year, it turns from don't lose it for us to now go win it for us. Now we got a year 2, we putting the onus on you, which is the natural development. So, I mean, circa DeShone Kizer, circa Ian Book, right? Now, Ian Book earned his stripes, when he went during that undefeated season. But the year before, I mean, shoot, when you got a good team, you got a good team.
Now, you want to hear something funny, Left? I thought this was hilarious, man. I tell you, Mike Denbrock could do stand-up comedy if he wanted to. If he really just locked in on it, I think he would be a really good stand-up comic. And so he had this jewel from his press conference, man, when he was asked about some of the gifted offensive players, Nolan James and Elijah Burns. And this is what he had to say about those two guys who more than likely will get a chance to make an impact for the offense this year. This is what he had to say.
Nolan James, has come in and put himself in a position to get on the football field. I mean, he's very competitive. He's very skilled. He's in a loaded room full of very good players as well, but he's a good football player himself. And what that role looks like is yet to be determined, but one thing's pretty clear, that he's got a good feel for the run game. He's tough as nails and can make plays out of the backfield catching the football. So he falls right in line with what else is in that room, which is a great thing. And then Elijah is a freshman who is incredibly frustrating because from a skill level standpoint, he's elite. He understands football. He understands how to break people down in space. But I can't quite get him to learn and master the playbook quite yet, so I can't get him lined up enough as consistently as I need to him actually show the talent that he's got. So there's a lot of good there, a lot of good things, and he's going to be a really good football player for us.
That's, Coach Denbrock taking the dig at Elijah so he can hear it, like get in that playbook, man. Yeah, I like the plays you're making, but you want to get on this field, make sure you get in that playbook.
Yeah, no, he's definitely serious. He's laughing, but he's serious because
he's very serious. Yeah,
he's going to be on you about not knowing this. Only because, like, if it's anything like when I was there, it's not impossible to know. It's one of those things. It's like it can be complicated, I guess, but it's like you are running so much, you not knowing is bigger than you knowing it. So I love that. That's the humor that guys can get around. Because like me and you both said, he's very serious. Like he's not playing. But because he approaches it the way he does, it makes it palatable. It's palatable. The players can digest it and understand the severity of it. But the way he talks is like, okay, it's like high school feels. He on my team, he just want me to do good, man. I gotta. But this is high stakes football. So it's like a what do you call those things? A euphemism, or it's a word for it. But as high as the stakes and as serious as the job is, Denbrock make you feel like this is just another day at the park. He takes the edge off of where it's high stakes. You on your edge, you on your anxiety. It's like this first time starting. Oh my God, there's 80,000 people. This is Notre Dame. Whoopty whoopty woo. When you playing for Denbrock, it's like, okay, I just gotta do my job, throw these couple checks. And when you get in that mindset, everything else takes care of itself. So that's the why I like how he addresses the media, because that's how he addresses the players. He'll make you laugh on something serious. He'd be like, it's one of those things like, dang, you can't take yourself too serious, because you go in there and Notre Dame and get that tense air of professionalism, where you like, dang, I can't get outside this line, But you realize when you with Denbrock, he makes you think getting out the line is okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. And that's really good for a first-time starter, because CJ's going to make mistakes and probably some big moments. But he'll go back to the sideline and he'll see Denbrock smiling or something. And you're going to be like, man, I thought you about to.
No, let me tell you something. Denbrock was very adamant at the press conference. He was very adamant about not turning the ball over in the red zone.
That's a very serious thing. That's what I'm saying. He's very serious now. He's not out there for kicks and giggles. But even with that, for CJ and his conversations about that topic, CJ's not going to have the anxiety of, oh my God, I need to hold on to the football tighter. He's going to be able to play loose in a serious space. Now I'm not saying he's out there ha and turnovers and stuff, but he's going to give you that calming effect of being able to set your own pace in the game, if that makes sense.
As we get ready to lock this down and hear from Max Bullock and some of the linebackers, I will say this, Lef. I think one of the most interesting things about what has transpired, is the fact that a decision was made. I can't wait to hear how the decision was reached. But more than that, like I said, I talked to sources in the midst of this battle, and I said this team and the culture that has been established, I felt very comfortable that this culture was healthy enough and strong enough to handle a hotly contested quarterback battle. And everything that I've heard is that, this team is so focused, but they wanted to know more than the fans who the guy was. And they were ready to rock with whomever the coaching staff, and particularly Marcus Freeman, whomever he decided would be the quarterback. As a whole, they were ready to rock because they knew as a team. That's what I love about our Fighting Irish fans. This team knew they had two quarterbacks that they could go rock with and win with. The team knew. So I think that's great. when your team feels like they can win, that's fantastic. Lucky Lefty Podcast. All right. Before we get out of here, guys, we wanted to just tap into Coach Mickens, the linebackers, and I want to hear from one of your captains, and that is Drake Bowen, talking about the playoff run and what it meant to him and how it's impacting him and motivating him for the upcoming season.
Yeah, I would say it gives us more motivation and confidence. We are always a confident group, but last year was last year. It's over. Like different people coming in, different people left. So, for me especially, it was motivation. Like I've kept it on my phone, the score on my phone every day, and so it was just the way we went through the playoffs, and then being that close. We were 8 points away, we were a score away, and so. It's just more motivation of like just remembering what happened. We had a saying, keep the pain, and so it's just keeping that pain as motivation throughout the summer, spring, and into the fall.
Oh yeah. Given how you played last year, what did you learn from that experience?
One of the things that I learned was just being able to control what I'm seeing. That was something that towards the start of the season I was. My eyes were everywhere. I wasn't really seeing what I needed to see, and so that was something that I was able to calm myself down, be able to see everything, see what I needed to see, make sure my eyes were in the right place, and that was something Jack really helped me with, of making sure that I understood what the offense was giving us, and just being able to calm down, be able to play with my cleats in the ground, and be able to feel where I'm supposed to.
Sorry about that. Great instincts Drake Bowen has. Great instincts, something that Al Golden consistently talked about even when he was a freshman. You want to see something dope or hear something dope? I was watching a USC game, and I'll get back to what Drake said because it connects to Drake. And USC had just closed it at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and they kick off to Jadarian Price. Jadarian Price takes it back for the touchdown and pretty much puts the game out of reach. And who do I see escorting him into the end zone? Christian Gray, Adon Schuler, and Drake Bowen. All three freshmen on special teams. And for a moment, I caught that snapshot, and I was like, yo, that escaped me at that time, but to look back on it and see those guys making an impact on special teams, and for now, pretty much they're big-time players for the Notre Dame defense. That's absolutely amazing. And Drake Bowen has always been a leader. Very instinctive player. Al Golden always talked about how instinctive he was.
Very instinctive. Love Drake.
And I just really think he is going to really explode on the scene this year. I don't know if they have odds right now. He's on the Buckets watch list, and I don't know if they have odds right now. But if they do, you go over to FanDuel, Drake Bowen would be a pretty good bet to be a Buckets Award finalist and possibly win the game.
Absolutely. I think he has the
not win the game, win the award. I'm sorry.
We have the lineage too. And I think he fits the not criteria necessarily, but the intangibles of what a Buckets Award winner at Notre Dame looks like.
All right, let us now hear from linebacker coach Max Buller. And Max Buller, he loves his linebacker, but Max Buller is one of those coaches, man, that knows he has some dudes, but he coaches them incredibly, incredibly hard. And so for him, he thinks that the strength and the conditioning and the streamlined body and physique that Drake Bowen has is going to be impactful for him, but he's loved what Jalen Sneed has committed to in the offseason and the work he's put in on and off the field. He talks about his 2 top linebackers, his 2 veteran linebackers. This is what he had to say.
I think Drake's been, he's been kind of going like this as a freshman, sophomore should. I know he's farther along than that in school, but Drake's a guy that you feel him out there. You feel him, you see him, he leads, he's in front of the group. It means the world to him. I think cutting baseball really allowed him to focus on football as much as anything. It allowed him to get some rest so that he could be the best version of himself. His body could be the best version of himself, and I think that's what's starting to show up, on the practice field.
And Jalen seems like he has a presence about him this year compared to maybe years past. How has that kind of grown, and how can that allow him to take the next step on the field?
Similar to a lot of the guys in the room, I think Jalen Sneed is still on I know he's a senior, but he's still, I think his potential is 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road even maybe. I mean, he's a guy he's now consistently 230 plus pounds. He's never able to do that before this year. He has now been able to hold that weight. He's still working on consistent footwork. That's something that didn't come natural to him, but he's working at it. He's fighting through it, and he's gotten a lot better. And he knows this is it's probably his last year. He graduates after this semester, God willing, and he knows what's at stake, and he's taking it that way.
Let me tell you something, man. Consistently, Left, when you hear these types of stories where a guy has that final chance, a final window to finally put a big-time season on the books at Notre Dame, more than not, they end up meeting those expectations. And like you said, he knows this is his year to look good for the NFL. This is his year to really blossom. And so I love what I hear about Jalen Sneed and Drake Bowen, one of your captains. And Max Buller wasn't done, because after he got through talking about those 2 gentlemen, he also got a chance to talk about the other guys. And this is what he had to say.
A lot of guys in the room, specifically 4 guys that have played a lot of football for us, that have played, all the way from the beginning of the season last year all the way through to the end of the season last year. Those guys that have experience, I mean, their expectations are the same as are mine, and the guys that are beneath them know that in order to break that and become part of that fold, that they have to execute at the same level. They have to make as many plays as those guys do, and they need to be on par with those guys for anyone to enter that group. So to answer your question, yes, we're on par for the same type of deals last year.
And then what steps would you like to see your room take over the next couple weeks before you get to Miami?
We just got to get over this big block. Coach Freeze emphasized, I'm sure you guys have talked to him. This block 3 is really important, okay? It's hotter than it's been. We've been hitting each other for weeks. It's the same, if he says we've had 2 blocks of camp, but we had OTAs before that. So we've been hitting each other, and in summer before, it's been a lot of ball that we played. It's starting to get hot. We need to dig our cleats in the ground, and we need to finish plays, finish periods. 6-play drive, we need to have good knee bend, finish square on the tackle when we're hot, when we're tired, when it's hard, excuse my language. Like, that's what we need to prove right now. And we need to prove we can do it together as a room.
Coach Buller wanted to say pause to himself. He's like, my bad. But man, I love it, because even when he's talking, he can't help himself. He has to talk football, man. Even when he's speaking to the media.
He's a real football coach, man.
Coaching sneaks in. You like the intensity. Loving talking about coaching those guys and how they need to be fundamental, extremely talented, but make sure we're still fundamental. And that's the way he coaches on the field. All of those guys, he coaches everyone individually just as equally as hard as the next guy, top to bottom. That's what you have to love about him. And the intensity. His guys have that intensity. And like he said, sacrifice. Jalen Sneed is sacrifice. Jay Nosberry can be a Buckets watch list guy at tons of other schools starting. KVA would have been a freshman starter for someone. That entire room, the selflessness that exists, the love they have for one another, and the level of play that I think is going to be improved because I expect what's in front of them to take a step forward. I look forward to watching these linebackers play. I really do. I really do. And I think Chris Ash, because Al Golden, because it was necessary, activated the linebackers a lot to fill gaps. Right now, I think Chris Ash is going to activate the linebackers. I won't sit here and say whether he'll do it less than Al Golden or more than Al Golden, but I think you're going to see a lot of these linebackers coming off the edge. You're going to see a lot of different things, setting up one-on-ones with linebackers coming off the edge because he has, and Drake Bowen talked about working when he went down to work with the linebackers to get better. He took that week away to go down and work. He worked on pass rush coming off the edge. So I think this linebacker room is definitely going to be unleashed because it's tons of talent, and you might as well let the horse out the barn when you talk about these youngsters. I'm excited to see him play, Left. I'm just excited to see them play. Before we get out of here, Marcus Freeman. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. Marcus Freeman and his team, his program, are trying to back up another or have another successful season to back up the successful season of 2024. They fall short in the national championship game. You hear Drake Bowen talking about the motivation. Marcus Freeman was asked, what is the mindset that you would have your team go into this season with? Listen very closely. I thought it was really interesting the way he answered this question. Here's Marcus Freeman.
I hope we don't want to repeat what we did last year because last year's over, but I hope the mindset is how do we get better, right? And that's what we talk about, right? We got a new coordinator, we got some new guys, like the expectations is to elevate, to be better. And so it's a mindset. It's not let's repeat last year, let's be as good. It's like, okay, here's our team, here's our group, here's our directions. How do we go to work and get better? There's been really good leadership. I think I look at the coaching staff and the unity amongst and the alignment of the coaching staff is one thing, and then the player-led leadership is another thing. It's been strong. It's been really strong, and so they've been playing well. Like I told them after practice, you try to put something on the line, right? And at the end of the day, that they're going to know that okay, we played well today. How do we get better?
It's three things I want to point out. About that clip right there.
Yep.
The first thing I want to point out, Left, is that when he was asked about his team, and I think this played into the quarterback decision. I really do. My personal opinion. Marcus Freeman talked about the alignment with the coaches.
Yes.
That's very important for the mindset of a team. When you have the coaching staff lock and step and in alignment. And I think that alignment helped the quarterback decision come forth. Because there's trust there. There's trust there from Marcus Freeman.
I mean, there's got to be. He's a defensive coach.
There's trust there. Now, that's the first thing. The second thing he said, I do not want to do, I hope they don't want to do what they did last year. See, they're not happy. In their mind, everybody else is like, yo, that was a great year. These dudes are like, we didn't finish the job. They're not happy with that season. They don't want to have another season with a loss to a team like Stanford or Marshall or Northern Illinois. They want to get rid of that forever. They don't want that on the resume this year. So there are things, as Marcus Freeman said, we just want to get better. We just want to get better. This is not about, man, can we get back to the national championship? Can we? No. There are some smaller boxes that need to be checked. Some other boxes that need to be checked. Let's check that. Smack everybody we're supposed to beat. No slip-ups. Focus. And then let's get better and be a better football team than we were last year. Let's be accountable to the talent that we have. Let's work hard and live up to the talent that we know exists on this roster. And then last but not least, let's be consistent. Let's be a consistent football team. Whether it's Mike Denbrock, whether it's Max Buller, Mike Brown, Coach Mickens, Gino Gaduli.
Yep.
Every coach that has spoken to the media, Mike Denbrock, Chris Ash, they all exude confidence because they all know they have dudes.
Absolutely.
And as much as Marcus Freeman played nice with those comments, at the end of the day, Marcus Freeman knows he has dudes.
How else did Phil Jackson add the aura he had? Phil Jackson had guys.
No, he had the guy.
Oh, so Scottie Pippen wasn't a guy?
He had the guy.
Oh.
I didn't say the other players weren't guys. But the other players weren't the guy. Then he had the second best guy he could ever have when he went to LA.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was blessed to have two of those. It goes back left. I'll keep it real. It goes back to what you said in the first segment when you were talking about Dabo. Man, let's be honest. Dabo won the lottery. He won the lottery. You don't get back-to-back dudes. You don't get back-to-back dudes like that in college football at a school.
Not like that.
No. Shout out to Cam Newton. I hear they're retiring his number at Auburn this year.
Yeah, they should. Good grief.
That was the closest chance for Florida. If he had stayed in Florida, Florida might have had back-to-back dudes with him and Tebow. But I'm trying to think, who had back-to-back dudes at quarterback? Since Clemson. Has anyone had back-to-back dudes at quarterback since Clemson? I'm not sure, man. That just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And getting one dude in a decade as a quarterback, you're lucky. Ohio State, dudes? CJ Stroud was a dude. Who else was a dude? I'm talking about dudes. Now, this is like college going to NFL. I'm not just talking about people that won. Because if you had a good program, you're going to win. I'm talking about high upside, NFL caliber, first round pick quarterbacks. Justin was right before CJ. You know what? That's good. That's a good one, chat. That's a good one. Justin and CJ, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, Justin at Ohio State, he was good. Bears took him. Yeah. But before that, yeah, it doesn't happen. We always say Ryan Day definitely won the lottery and was born on third. So
But at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, quarterbacks change the game for a legacy when it comes to coaching. And that's why it's important, even though Marcus Freeman got there without a typical quarterback, winning it, I think, takes one.
Yeah. 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 And your boy was kind of like the bridge to Trevor after Deshaun.
Who?
Kelly
Bryant? Yeah. He just, I mean, think about it. Trevor and Deshaun were just at a level that Kelly Bryant in any other place would be a great quarterback and be celebrated in many other places. It's just that's how good the other two guys were. It's like, dang, you're not them, and they just got here. They were just here.
Yeah.
Well, one was getting here, and we can't. Hey, see, that's what I would expect them to say about CJ. Because Trevor Lawrence, his whole story was just undeniable. It was like, man, he has to play. He's that talented. Is that what we're saying about CJ? Because that's getting me excited. Because I think if that's the case, then I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what we got, but narratives matter, and you know, so we'll see.
Man, look here. I'm amped, bro. I'm amped. I'm excited, man. I hate that it's on a Sunday night.
Well, what coach do we think is great that hasn't had a top quarterback? I mean, I can't think of too many. Nick Saban, you think quarterbacks.
Kirby hasn't had a top quarterback yet.
Stetson Bennett has back-to-back national championships.
No.
Georgia's greatest quarterback.
We're not talking about winners. We're talking about high upside, first round talent quarterbacks.
Stetson Bennett went what, third round?
Once again, first round quarterbacks. What first round quarterback has Kirby Smart had?
Relative to college, he's had Stetson Bennett.
I'm not talking about relative to college. We're talking about getting, you said, quarterbacks that are generational. Name the generational quarterback that Kirby Smart has had.
Technically, Stetson Bennett, man.
He's not a generational quarterback.
Stetson Bennett, first of all, okay, can we be honest? Stetson Bennett has a record of 500 something yards and 6 touchdowns in the championship game. Like, come on, man. Like, that's
yet he's not a generational quarterback.
Come on, SD. 500 plus yards and 6 touchdowns in the
Left, I love how hard you fight for Stetson Bennett. But he's not a generational quarterback.
Well, then Kirby's the only one we can think of.
Yeah, I mean, your point is valid. I didn't say that to discredit your point. I said he's just the outlier. He's the outlier. Like, even Nick Saban figured, like, yo, I had to go get me some dudes at quarterback. Because winning with A.J. McCarron and Greg McElroy, I don't think I can keep doing that. I
mean, Nick Saban has a Heisman receiver. I mean, that's going to be talked about, I think, in the later future of his, you know, he might come back to coaching, but I think that's the most incredible award as a head coach. Because, yeah, it's one thing to have a Heisman quarterback, but Nick Saban's so great. He has a Heisman national championship receiver. Now you talking about special.
Yeah, Devontae.
Ohio State can't even do that.
Then that cat Jeremiah Smith had an autograph signing the other day. I think they said 8,000 people showed up.
What?
Yeah, Doug. No lie.
Wait a minute, man.
Bruh, you can Google it. I'm telling
That's
you.
like 2 full capacity WNBA games. I'm playing.
You are crazy, bro. Why you throwing shade at the WNBA?
I saw something, but he doesn't even have a Heisman though, and we can all agree, Jeremiah Smith is probably one of the few. Yeah, probably one of the few generational. Like he doesn't need an award to know he's generation, but even he doesn't have a Heisman.
It was at Polaris, a spot named Polaris in Columbus. Thousands of people showed up, and a 19-year-old was overheard saying, "You're my hero." Hey, man.
Would he be the same if it wasn't Ohio State? Would he have the same adulation?
No, it's all the perfect storm.
I agree with that.
It's all a perfect storm for Jeremiah Smith, bro. He's the number 1 pick in the draft the year he comes out. If Marvin Harrison,
that's so funny. You say the year he comes out, which means that
whatever year he comes out, I expect Jeremiah Smith to go number 1 overall.
Whatever year, it don't matter the year. It's not about. This is about when he comes.
I don't know what quarterbacks are coming out that year. I don't think it matters.
It don't even.
I
don't even think it matters what quarterbacks.
I don't even think it matters, bro. I don't think it matters. And
what would you do if you was scared? Are you telling him don't even play this season? I mean, what are you telling? He, like you said, he's a first round.
He doesn't strike me. He doesn't strike me as that. You remember, I think it was the year CJ Carr was at the Elite 11. Jeremiah Smith was out there catching balls from the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like he wants to compete. He just wants to play. I don't think he's one of those type of
business though. Business, what you thinking, SD? If this is your son, it's a done deal. Competition, we get that, but it's a done deal. You're the first pick of the draft. You won a national championship. I mean,
who was the LSU receiver that did that? Who was the LSU receiver that did that? Was that
Jamar Chase?
It was Chase, right? Yeah, Chase did sit out.
But Chase did. I mean, man, I think Jeremiah Smith's allure is bigger than Jamar Chase. I mean, now Ohio going to do you right now. We got LeBron, Braxton Miller.
Here we go, man. Did you just say Braxton Miller, bro?
Braxton Miller brought out crowds too now. You're
hyping up. Oh, yeah. Braxton Miller was a dude. You know what's so amazing? Ohio State would always have these crazy athletes at quarterback. Crazy athletes. But then they won a championship with Craig Krenzel. And then they won a championship with their third string quarterback.
Yep.
And then last year they go and get a transfer to win a championship. Like they're probably hungry to try and win they haven't won a championship with a big time quarterback. Ohio State.
I mean, what do you consider big time? Because Cardell was second round. I mean, what's the guidelines? You sound like Cardell was second round.
All right, man.
Cardell, what? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what we going by these days. I don't know.
Are we comparing Cardell to Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson and Tua and
Ian Book is the winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history.
So that makes him. So he's an elite quarterback now.
Elite in what category? What room we're talking?
Right. Well, it's time to end the show. It's time to end the show. Left is getting sleepy now. Left is acting like he doesn't know.
I'm just trying to figure. Okay, so what is Jameis Winston?
Jameis Winston was a big time quarterback.
Okay. Now, is Jameis Winston and Jalen Hurts the same?
Left, stop.
Jalen Hurts is a national championship winner, just like Jameis.
They both were high upside quarterbacks.
So are they both elite? Are they both in the same room?
Left.
Come on.
Left.
Because if it's not accolades, it is about picking the draft. But if it's not about picking the draft, it's about accolades.
But you act like Jalen wasn't taken at the end of the first round, bro. You act like you gave me apples to oranges, trying to prove that Cardell is in the room. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Is Ian Book in the same room as your...
With who? He's not in the same room with any quarterback that's been named in this conversation.
He could be, okay, he's in the same room as JT Barrett, and JT Barrett got a championship. Is JT Barrett elite?
What championship does JT Barrett have?
The one with Cardell. He just got hurt at the end. That's all. I mean, I don't know.
Oh man! Well, you love Ohio boys. Hey, one thing's for sure, Notre Dame fans, as we get ready to let you go, MALIK is going to stick up for everything Notre Dame. And he's going to ride for everything Notre Dame, and he is definitely going to ride for everything Ohio.
I don't know. Quarterback guidelines is different these days. I just, but I think overall.
Okay, I'll ask you this question. Who's the better Notre Dame quarterback? Who would you rather have one game? One game. You have to win one game. Would you rather have Ian Book or Riley Leonard?
Against who?
Here we go.
I need to know.
Against a good team. Against a good team.
Well, we already know Ohio State. So if we say Ohio State, we can't say Riley because we know that's not.
I said, name a good team you can say Ian Book, because who did he beat besides Clemson?
At the time, Clemson was the top dog.
Okay, and when he had the rematch with Trevor Lawrence playing, what happened?
We played the Clemson Tigers then. I don't
want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. We played the Clemson Tigers then.
No, we played the Clemson Tigers that day.
I don't want to hear that.
They left the Tiger at home the first game. We just beat Clemson at home with Ian Book. When they brought that Tiger with them, the Clemson Tigers and the national championship. Yeah, we wasn't ready for that one. No.
See, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. To win a game, you would rather have Ian Book over Riley Leonard to win one big game against a good team?
Yes.
Nah, give me Riley all day.
You would take Riley over Ian in a game for all the marbles?
A good team. He's going to find a way to win.
And Ian's not.
Once again, name the game.
You're saying
Riley Leonard beat Georgia, Penn State, back-to-back games. Did he not?
90 yards is not beating the team. Sorry. 90 yards not beating.
Did he close the game in the fourth quarter?
He had a good finish to the game.
He won the game, right? Go back to the original question. You have one game to win.
I'm taking the winningest quarterback of all time.
Okay.
Because he has the most won games. I mean,
against who?
The most out of all
against
guys.
Who?
Against the schedule. Against because that's his art. What's his? He's gonna be like, for one game, I'm gonna take the winningest quarterback.
The good team. I tell you what. Ian Book had the same opportunity that Riley Leonard had. Ball in his hand on the road to beat Georgia.
Oh, that is true. Okay.
Same opportunity. What happened?
No.
No. I want to
hear. Your boy in Chicago happened. Your boy in Chicago happened. Yeah.
He had Chase Claypool.
No, your boy Cole Kmet.
He had Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet had a game that game.
He dropped that ball though. Well, who was it that dropped that ball? I thought it was Cole now.
Here we go.
Cole dropped that ball now.
Here we go.
He ain't dropping it for Caleb. Yeah, you saw that catch over the middle. Look, Ben Johnson might have you going to get some season tickets there, SD. We ain't talking about United Center. We ain't talking about United Center.
Come on, man.
They said he's setting the new trend in Chicago for painting the nails. What you think about it?
You're bugging right now.
Hold on now. The face of Chicago. He painting his nails now, SD. Is that the new way?
Gavin Wright, you know what? I was talking about the ACC championship game. Gavin Wright said Ian doesn't fumble in that game. We beat Clemson by 11. If we're fifth, we all be drunk.
Hey, that's the winningest quarterback ever.
We all be drunk. I respect him. I respect him for who he is. He's the best winning or the best quarterback and the most winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history.
How you gonna ask a question? You gonna take one game and not choose the winningest guy? Come on.
Because I don't trust him to win the big game. What are you talking about? I trust the other quarterback to win the big game against a good team because he did it.
Yeah. I mean, 90 yards is not doing, man. Teamwork.
Here we go. Did he win?
He won.
Did he win?
He won.
All right. 10. When he was down against Penn State, was that him throwing the ball or was that the team?
I just want to know one thing. Brady Quinn or Ian Book? It's on USD. Brady Quinn or Ian Book, one game to win it all. And you talk about the same thing for both.
Who are they playing?
Oh!
I'm just doing what you did.
A good team.
I'm just doing what you did, man. I'm just doing what you did. That's all I'm doing. I'm doing what you did. I'm just doing what you did, Left. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, man, that's so funny. A good team. Clemson, go down the list. Pittsburgh, who you want?
I saw Brady Quinn go up against one of the best college football teams of all time and left the field winning, and his defense couldn't close.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I watched Brady Quinn. I watched Brady Quinn in the fourth quarter march down the field against Pete Carroll's USC Trojans and take the lead.
No, not you
That's
giving
I
half
saw it.
credit.
I
Are
saw
you
it.
hanging up divisional
Hey,
champion?
I'm sorry you were still wearing your Jacksonville Jaguar stuff at that point. Maybe you didn't pay attention, maybe you didn't see the game. I saw once again
Oh man.
when it mattered the most in a big game, Brady Quinn get the rock back
He went down the score.
with under 4 minutes left, take the ball down against USC and left the field up.
No way.
And his defense had a 4th and long and gave it up. That's not on Brady Quinn. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So with that, I'm taking Brady Quinn. I trust Brady Quinn more against a good team to get the job done.
Okay. We're going.
That's just me.
I'm bringing Ian on the show, man. He got it. He gonna explain these wins to you, SD. He gonna make a case for you, man.
Who? Bring Ian on the show. Bring him on the show. My tune is not gonna change.
No. We don't want it to change. We don't want it to
My tune won't change one bit. Bring him on the show. I'm going to give him every flower he deserves. I'm going to tell him how great he is. I'm going to talk about all of his big time, man. Records,
so we can agree that
all of that.
We can agree that the value of the quarterback is based on their biggest games and if they had a success or not. We're going to throw out numbers and championships. We're going to say, did they compete at the highest level against the best?
Well, you can't ignore numbers now. We can't sit up here and say, man, let's just ignore the fact that Deshaun Watson threw for 1,000 yards against Nick Saban in the championship game.
1,000 yards in 2 games is crazy.
That's dumb. You just can't ignore stats.
To do it and then like that. To lose and then to come back and have to beat all them teams to do it again, and it's just incredible. That's why I'm like, I hate how people say he's done. He's 28. I know they talk about Shadir, but that's Deshaun's team now, man. Come on now.
I'll just say this, and I'll be done, love. I'm looking forward to CJ Carr entering into that conversation in 2 years.
Yes.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
I'm the point guard podcast PG. That's why I brought it up.
Perfect.
I can't wait for CJ Carr to be part of who do you trust? Who do you want? Do you want CJ, Brady Quinn, or Ian Book? That's what time I'm on. I can't wait after 2 years to enter him into those type of conversations.
He's going to be in that conversation for sure. But it's going to come. I'm telling you now, being Nostradamus, it's going to come down to we're going to have this conversation. Did CJ play big against the biggest team of his era? And how'd he play? Because we're going to discount all these other games that he is going to win due to the fact that the team is better. That's where Notre Dame is right now. It's about those 1 or 2 or 3 games in the season. Because all these other games, unless we just totally flop like NIU, people are going to, not saying in a bad way, but they're going to forget. It's just a lower building. They're going to just build the allure. CJ's going to kill it all season.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get all the adulation and media, rightfully so. And then they're going to put him in front of that poster against that Ohio State, that Bama, that Clemson. And that's going to be the legacy we're going to remember him by. I think Justin Sniper is right. If he wins a championship, which somebody's going to win one under Marcus Freeman,
hey, bro,
greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
I'm not even hating. That's the truth. If CJ Carr, because of all the things included, wins a championship under Marcus Freeman, he will be the new Brady Quinn. with a championship. It'll be, I mean, you can tell an Indy fan nothing if CJ Carr wins the championship. You don't have babies wearing the jersey and taking. I want to be like CJ. And you know Notre Dame's primed. We're primed to take the quarterback to the next stratosphere, Justin Bieber superstar level. We're ready.
Well, dude, did you see all of the graphics already going out on social media today? Oh,
hey, listen, man. It's funny because they was already made. You know how they got the NBA Finals. They had the.
I'm about to be very serious. Let me get these super chats and the super sticker. Shout out to Doma Wop. We appreciate you for the super chat. Blessings to you. Adrian Hooks, thank you for the super sticker. Blessings to you. Now let me say this in all seriousness. In all seriousness, this is not the reason the decision was made. Marketing, social media, and everything connected to revenue from a football standpoint were ecstatic. When they found out CJ Carr was the choice. You better believe it. You better believe it. Because the hype train is totally different for CJ than it would have been for Kenny. Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
The jersey sales, totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different. Just keep it in a buck. It's totally different.
Just naming him the starter alone, the stock, if it had to be a stock, is going crazy. It's going crazy. You know how Trump would say something and the stock would go down or something? Naming the starter, they're like, oh yeah, we got our guy. I'm telling you.
Man, dude, they were jumping up and down when the word came down to Notre Dame media and Notre Dame.
When the word came from EA Sports, when they put him on the depth chart,
they were like, "Oh, yeah, we've been working on his stuff for months. We've been preparing for this for months. We had the graphics ready. Oh, they were ready to roll. They were ready to roll. They were ready to roll. And watch. If that boy comes out game one smoking, I hope he's ready. I hope he's not like Tommy Kane in the program. That when the spotlight hits, I definitely think he's ready. I think he's built for the moment. I really do. I really do. But if he comes out the first two games and plays well, it's a wrap. He's out of here. He's out of here. He's out of here.
Yeah, man. CJ, I'm telling you, and you hit the nail on the head, SD. I think everybody that is non-football from a making money under Notre Dame standpoint was, I think, more excited about what they already envisioned as a path they build to market it. I just think that's what it is. Like, I mean, maybe it does play into it. I mean, Notre Dame is high stakes football. I think there's a lot more included into decision making than just being
a good player. Yeah. Hey, man, you know what it is. Lucky Lefty Podcast, FanDuel, 3,100 to win the Heisman. CJ Carr, your starting quarterback for the Fighting Irish.
Let's go.
Tap in right now. Notre Dame, second best odds at plus 420 to go undefeated in the regular season. And it seems like we ran those silly Miami fans off. They had to give up.
Yeah.
They thought they were going to come in here and break Notre Dame fans. Nah.
Not a non-playoff team can't do that.
No. Shout out to the chat last night. It was multiple people. I don't know who it was initially that said after left, you had stepped out and took everyone to the website and showed them the apparel. They were like, yo, you should do a tight end U shirt. Right? And I was like, yo, that would be a dope idea. Like, yeah, a tight end U shirt would be dope.
I thought we was taking your creative advice and doing CJ Carr merch.
You know.
We were gonna be the first to put CJ Carr merch on the.
But if you go to luckyleftipod.com.
Those are nice. Oh yeah.
Oh, Left, you forgot. I gave your debut last night. Your apparel debut. If you look right there, you see who is that right there? Who is that right there? Who is that right there?
They didn't hit you with the NIL call.
I got permission. I got permission to use that image, you know, from the
and we low key snuck the ND. And okay, look, it ain't about what you do; it's how you do it. Ooh, hey, I gotta go cop that. Come on.
So go to the Lucky Lefty store over at Lucky. Lefty got the trucker hat, the misguided passion T-shirt. You know what I mean?
It's something different now.
But here you go.
That's the dream, to see somebody at the game rocking some of this, man.
They asked for it yesterday. I called my people and we produced it already. Tight end you.
We fans first.
You know, you guys wanted it. Now you can go get it at luckyleftipod.com. Go snatch the tight end you. Yeah, we listen to the fans. You gotta have Kent McAfee on there. Gotta have Kent McAfee on there. Gotta have Tyler Eifert on there. Gotta have your boy Anthony Fasano over there.
Yeah.
Kyle Rudolph has to be on there. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go get your tight end.
You real tight end you. This is how it got started. These are the guys that got it started.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Had to go all the way back to the originator.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Derek Brown, but then I went and looked. Derek Brown's only problem was he played with Lou Holtz, bro. That was it. Lou Holtz just didn't throw the ball. So I had to go back, look at stats, and then I couldn't use Michael Mayer because I would have had to get permission from Michael Mayer.
Yeah.
So I couldn't use Michael Mayer. Couldn't use Cole Kmet, same reason. That line of demarcation is right around 2000. What is that? 2012 is that year? 2013?
Yep.
Where they get you. I didn't leave Michael Mayer off. The business said I couldn't put Michael Mayer on the T-shirt.
Hey, these players these days want their little coins now.
Yeah, man. I don't want any problems with the estate of Michael Mayer. None.
Cease and desist letters. I know we doing that. We doing that.
I don't want. Hey.
But shout out to the swag. We're spending it different, and it's 100% spun in cotton. Come on now.
You know it is soft cotton too. Soft cotton. Before we get out of here, go over to FanDuel. White Sox been doing work for my boy Left the last 2 nights. Tonight, they're up 10-4 on the Braves again. White Sox have been making you money second half of the season.
So you can go to a game now. It's cool to go to a game now.
I still haven't been to a game this year. No. It was so funny. This is a true story. I promise you. This is it. We'll let you guys go. True story. I'm in the, I go play golf this morning. Was super happy. Man, this course, if you're ever in Orlando, play Shingle Creek. Man, everything is manicured to perfection. It is a forgiving course. In the sense of that the rough is really not, because grass down here in Florida, even the rough is not really tough to hit out of. Very beautiful course, man. Played with some people that I met for the first time. Golf just it's a great place to network, meet people. Then we went shopping, bro. And so my wife had to get some things, and I said, I'm just going to go up in the Polo store and grabbed me a couple of sweaters because, you know, sweaters down here are always on sale. And I love shopping down here because there's no state tax. Wonderful. I had my 25% coupon. So I got 2 sweaters to take back with me for the fall. And dude, I swear, man, it is amazing to me. You could go into a store and see nothing but New York Yankees polo gear. Have you seen that line, Left? The polo collection that is dedicated to the Cubs and the Yankees?
I haven't seen it. Is it
nice? Man, oh, is it nice? Oh, they had this polo bear cardigan with the Yankee logo letters on the other side with the bear. Oh my! Oh,
so you're just saying what side? I'm just trying to get it in my side. That's all you're saying.
And my wife says to me, "Why can't you get it?" And I said, "Well, first of all, I'm not from New York, and I'm not a Yankees fan." And she said, "You're not a Yankees fan?" I was like, "No, I'm a White Sox fan." And she says, "No, you're not." And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You cannot be a White Sox fan the way you talk about them." And I said, "That's the job of a fan."
What's not known as these true fandom.
That's the job of a fan. Like when they're bad, man, I'm going to let you know that they stink. But man, that
you only do that because you love to rely on them 6 rings over there in the United Center, man.
I got 1 World Series. 2005, baby. I'm living off of it. I don't need another one. I saw one in my lifetime. I'm good. And you darn right. I got 6 championships. And heck, I was doing the Super Bowl shuffle in grammar school in '85. So it is what it is. Hey, I'm good, Left.
Yeah, you ain't missed the success. Yeah, you ain't missed the success in Chicago.
No. These youngsters, and I saw the Chicago Sky win a championship 3 years ago.
Hold on, how was you feeling with Peyton Manning and your boy Rex, the greatest quarterback in Chicago history?
Rex who?
Grossman.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I was about to say, when did Rex Ryan coach for the Bears? My bad. I was about to say, that name hasn't been important ever in the history of the Chicago Bears. So Rex.
He was the Super Bowl. Whoa, he went to the Super Bowl.
He got on our backs.
Oh, stop it, bro.
And we carried him. We carried him.
I'm not gonna let you do that. We can't let you do that. No, he was a Pro Bowler that year, and he led you guys to the Super Bowl. What? That was back when the Packers.
Wait, hold on now, because I was working at WGN and I forgot. Thank you, Antoine Gates. Yes, Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves gave me 3, baby, 3 Stanley Cups. Hey, bro, come on, man. How many of them things you get in Ohio, bro? In your lifetime? I mean, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
If it wasn't for teams like Cincinnati, Cleveland, what is even the NFL? If it wasn't for the Cleveland Indians, what is the MLB?
Can you answer the question?
If it wasn't for the Cavs and LeBron, first of all, we would have to acknowledge the narrative of the NBA was based around the Cleveland Cavaliers for a stretch of what? 9 years? 9 years of the NBA history is dedicated around the Cleveland Cavaliers. So yeah, it's deeper than just a ring.
Oh, now
we talk because if you take us out the picture, there is no league. That's the difference. And if we really talking, the Browns has the most championships of any team.
Were you alive when those championships were won?
Come on. Oh, it ain't about win. Like it ain't no date on your graduation certificate.
See, you have
you graduate, it's no date on there.
How many championships does Cleveland have in your lifetime? I just gave you my lifetime championships in Chicago. I literally just gave you my lifetime championships. I'm sitting on 12 in my lifetime in Chicago. 12. Wait, 13.
I'm just saying.
I'm not a Cubs. I'm not a Cubs fan, but they did win one.
Ohio, we just produced the greatest players of the game. The greatest players of the game we produce.
Who did the Cubs beat to win that World Series? Oh, the Cleveland Indians. They sure did. They sure did.
Once again, without Cleveland sports, what is professional sports? Think about that. Think about that. Cleveland is the reason why I went from the AFL to the NFL, because Cleveland was winning too many championships.
The charter franchise of the NFL is who?
What's the legacy they got?
No. The charter franchise of the NFL is who?
The Cardinals. The Cardinals.
Okay.
The Cardinals.
Okay.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Okay. You still didn't answer the question. How about what do you see? How many championships have you seen in your lifetime? One?
Hold on, I got parents. I'm from them, right?
No.
I lived through what?
Are we bringing parents? Man, get out of here. Lefty podcast. Hey, the Lefty getting sleepy now. He's talking about he's bringing the championship from his parents into it. Boy, you are a fool. Hey, guys, we'll see you back here tomorrow. I can't promise what time it is because I have to look at the schedule for this conference. I'm going to try and sneak in probably early afternoon and do a show tomorrow, maybe around 3 or 4 tomorrow left. Okay. Eastern time. So that's like 1 o'clock your time. So we're going to be earlier tomorrow. But enjoy your evening, guys. We appreciate for joining us. Man, we got a quarterback, and his name is CJ Carr.
CJ.
Yeah. Make sure you continue to spin it different.